Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel. My name is Jeannie. Right here will be my name placard, Jeannie Bush. And this is my first video, so you have to excuse me if I repeat myself. But I want to show you something I got in the mail today from, I want to be correct, the Snippet Shop. Can you see that? The Snippet Shop. This is where I keep a lot of things. Washi tape, stickers, business cards. And I got from the Snippet Shop 50 stamps. I love the stamps. I got some botanical. I got trains, carriages, and beautiful array of colors. And like Gail, I keep my things in this little handy book I made. I have portraits, sayings, ephemera that I use frequently, and especially my labels. I keep that book at hand. Guess I should tell you too that it's a Snippet Shop. I got these. These are beautiful. I am a sucker for paper and fabrics. That's all a girl really needs or wants is paper and fabric in my book. If my husband would get me paper and fabric, or even a gift certificate to a place that has paper or fabric, I would be very happy. These are just beautiful though. I can't wait to use them. And the way I understand it, when they do run out, when she does run out, Gail will have copies of them. But just, if you could feel that. It's just scrumptious. So I will have those to play with, as well as some goodies I got, which I'm going to share with you, only because I know you don't know me, but I want you to get to know me. And I want to show you some things that I found over the weekend and last week. This, my sister and I went to a thrift store, and this was brand new. Tag still on it. I got it for $4, but I fell in love with the colors because soon I want to do a boho journal. But this looks like a dragonfly to me, and some flowers and another dragonfly. So I could also use this if I wanted to on my garden book. I'm not sure, but I love the colors. They're just beautiful. So that was $4, which I usually don't spend that much, but oh, I can get a lot out of this. And it's fun. It's fun. Don't we do things for fun? Okay, I got that. And then I went to my library and I found this book. This book, is it upside down? I can't tell. Yeah, it's upside down. So there, you can read it now. It's called A Forget-Me-Not. It's a little vintage book of daily devotions. It was $2. I love the mini book for one. The patina and color on it. Well, there again, paper, books, and material. I couldn't find a year in it, but I found a dedication page, no writing or anything, but just some beautiful little quotes, January 1st. But in the back, these I could copy and make labels out of them. They had a bunch of them in the back, I guess for you to make notes on what you're reading and what you're thinking for the day. But I love the imagery in the book too. It's just delish. And while I'm on the subject of small books, I found this also. It's a German dictionary, but it's small. And it was $4.95 back in the day. And it is vintage, beautiful pages. Beautiful pages. I've already done some things with this, and right now I'm trying the cabbage, the purple cabbage dye. And I did a few pages of this and some lace and some paper. I'm anxious to see how it turns out. But this, I think it did have a year in it. First published in this edition, 1978. So I really can't copy anything and use it, but I can disassemble it and use it. So that's my second little book. And where I go to get some of my things, there's an Amish booth. And I walk in there just to look, and you don't always think that they will have books. But I found some really cute books. Animal Mysteries. And this was from someone's great-grandmother. Copyright on this is it was established then. But printed in the USA. You don't see that often. But I just love some of the pictures in this. They're just fun. I think this is a page I copied, and I'm sending it off to Gail because of that bunny. That bunny is just sweet, like Gail. So I also found this book as well, and this is definitely, what is this? I'm sorry that I don't know the dates on these. This one also says 1856 established. The copyright is in Roman numerals, so. But look at this. Isn't this just the funnest? The colors, the curtains in the background, the yellow, the patina on the page. It's just fun. But I found these three, all three of these, Time for Rhyme. This book is just as nice as the others. Cat, Cat, Cat. The Fox, Fox, Fox. But I got all three of these for $1. So those are some of my favorite finds I got last week. And I'll put those aside. And I also got this. This is Good Stories from Ladies' Home Journal. And there is some neat things in here that made me laugh. But they're going to be fun to use in any kind of journal. Because, well, when I look at a journal, I like to see little readings, especially some of the old things, the old sayings and writings of the old times. And this one actually is copyright 1907. So this one actually gives me a year. But some of the stories in here, they're just really sweet. I think I copied it. No. Did I copy or tear a page out of this and send it to one of the ladies that I'm a subby to? Okay, and then I also got this, the Children's Speaker. Isn't that a great cover? The Child Speaker. I will be using this cover for a journal. I love the background. I mean, the back of the book, I'm sorry. I apologize. Like I said, this is my first one, and I'm a little nervous. But it has a little sermon, smiles and gentle words, only little children. Has sing-along songs in here also. Some good graphics. And vintage music. It's just fun. So fun. I love to go to the antique place in our town and just mill around. I can be there forever. And this one is actually from New Germantown, PA. And that's one I wanted to share with you, and I did that. Oh, I got this also, vintage for 50 cents. Gingham tablecloth, not tablecloth, pillowcase that I want to use in one of my journals. It was 50 cents, but I'll wash this up and it will be vintage all the way. Okay, there's something, oh, I got these at Walmart. I want to do a circus journal like Gail's doing whenever she's ready to do hers. I have my ephemera laying around here somewhere, but I also am going to do a bead journal. I guess you can call me sort of a copycat. I don't mean to be, but it's just fun to craft with somebody. And oh, I will share with you, this is my favorite tea, Paris by Harney & Sons. It has bergamot oil in it, and it is very, very good. I have to get it on Amazon. I used to get it local, but if you ever see me drinking from this cup, it is tea. Hot tea, good tea. Okay, I want to show you something I did. I saw where they were sewing on these Tim Holtz frames, and my machine isn't a high-grade machine, so I went ahead and I pulled the chipboard apart. I separated it, and I ended up getting two frames out of the one. It was like this, and I pulled it apart, and I got this one, and I got this one, which I'm going to cover with music and stamps and maybe some lace and do my own little thing with this one. But this one then is thin enough, I don't know if you can see, it's not paper thin, but it's thin, that I can sew. So I sewed around and made a card, a frame. I stenciled here. I'm getting ready to sew around this one. I didn't do that yet, only because the glue was wet, and I like to make sure it's really dry before I do that. And then I backed it with a vintage index card. This one is backed with coffee dyed paper, but I might attach it down here, like so. I'm not sure, depending on what it all comes to be. But I like the idea that I have blanks to work with, because it gave me twice as much, and I got this at a, I apologize, I can't remember the name of the place, but it's a secondhand craft place. People try crafts, don't really care for doing it, or don't need the supplies, or whatever, but you go in there, and I've gotten things for 10 cents, 5 cents, free bins. It's just fun because you go in there and you don't have to pay a lot to try things. So, I got these. I think I got these for $1 for the pack of frames. Oh, the one I did this evening that I want to share with you is this one. I thought this one turned out beautiful. This is an old vintage postcard that I copied, and of course I put some eyelash trim down here and some pink little gems, and I'm going to back it with this. It's sewn with coffee dyed index card, but I want to cover it, I think, completely, because I'm thinking of making a book out of it. Not a big book, just a little happy mail I might send to somebody. I have some pages that I started to put in, and I want to make a little book out of it, I think. Or I might leave it like it is, because you can still write on that. It's light enough. I have some plans for some journals, and my husband actually came up with the best idea, which is a file cabinet. So in each file I keep things for my tea journal, my farm journal, my sewing journal, my recipe journal, all kinds of things. Now this, I had a Paris tea box that I got, like I said, from Amazon. And I found, I'm not a purple person, but the box was too nice to just give up. So I took the box and cut the ends off, of course. I'm gonna keep the flap. I think I'm gonna put a magnet closure on this, okay? And I actually made 4, yeah. 4, boy, does it escape me. Not chapters. I'm sure you're telling me out there what it is. Can't remember the name. Okay. This is my tea journal I made. This was so fun. I took laces and ephemera that I bought from other places. This is my German dictionary. I made it as a journal card. I put a lady on the front and dyed parchment paper on the back. And I put in this book some tea labels that tell you, like, helps skins glow, helps your skin glow, relieves congestion, rich in, can't read upside down, polyphenol, I'm not sure. Sorry, I apologize. But this is my tea book. It's all tea dyed. Put a little belly band there, or whatever you want to call it. And I made a little book here that you can journal in. I really like this book. I haven't sent it in yet. But it says Paris throughout, and lots of coffee dyeing. I made this and used the Glimmer glossy accents to make it shine. This is one of the envelopes that I was excited to find at Target, and I plan on sending them out to some of my people that I watch. They're at the dollar. Excuse me, I'm gonna reach over here and get them so you see them. They were at the dollar section at Target, and I was so happy I stopped in that day because I got lots of them, but they come in gray with this clear window, which I'll show you later in the book. I'm not gonna go through the whole book, don't worry. But it has the front that you can see through, and then it has the craft paper. But this gray, I don't know how it picks up on TV, but it is a really handsome gray. It's very, very nice. And like I said, the craft doesn't have a window, but they are fun. I made up the front. I put some washi tape in the backs. There's a journal card inside, and it's just a nice tuck to just float around in there. Here's an envelope I made. That is number 1. Oh, as I was working, you know how things occur to you to do, but I used these as my tabs. I took apart the tea paper things, and boy, I'm batting 1,000 here, but made them as my tabs. So they're throughout the journal. There's a lady pouring tea. I made that into a pocket with a flower on it. I also am going to tuck different teas in here, of course. I made some of those envelopes that were shown on YouTube, and I cannot remember who shared that. A couple of them did, but next time I promise to have some notes. So this is, there's another German page I did. It's a fold out. And I put lace on the edges of some 2 signatures. That's, it just came to me. This is signature 2. Life is like a cup of tea. It's all in how you make it. But this, I don't know if you can see how the box is made up. they'll be sewn into here. So then you just open it. Here is number 3. Oh, and here's my gray. I taped the picture in the window, and I wrote on it that it was hyssop, and it's a perennial, and it grows on the sunny side of the house. And I put a date on it, November 16th. And I put a little bit of lace up there, washi on the back to close it, and then also a journal card inside. This I dyed with some pink spray. That's 3. And here's 4 with the lace. I did lace on every other one, but I did do, after I found that little book with the German, I did it on each one because I just fell in love with it. More tabs, some of Gail's copy trims. Here's a fabric flip. I put a little teapot on it with some, I don't know if you call it vintage, but it's material of the time. I love toil. And then this is more for touch and feel. But let me see, there was something else I wanted to show you in here. Oh, there's another pocket. I think I put a pocket in each section, because I fell in love with the pockets. And it was a neat way to use some washi up. Put a family portrait there. Oh, I altered a paper clip with one of the T tags. See, it's small, it's cute. It does its job. And there, that's my tea journal that, like I said, I gotta sew it in yet and put my magnet closing on yet, and it will be on my Etsy shop, in my Etsy shop. I want to add that too. I got some paper, Sears and Roebuck paper from Etsy, and like I said, I will write these names down next time. It was all I could do to get my space cleaned up enough. This is vintage. I got it at a secondhand store. It's contact paper, and I don't have it glued down, but I love the print. But I'm going to show you I sent Gail my first book, but this is my second book. And each book, I try, as I'm working on it, to think of characters, to think of who they would have been in that time, and what would they have been doing, and maybe the year, and you know, clothing, style of life, rich or poor, young or old. This is a guide for outdoor. So it has 4 sections, and I thought, I got these playing cards, and there's a gentleman's face, so that's my guy that I thought of through the book. Not my type, but he does the job for the book. There's my library card. You can write on that the book belongs to you, time that you started it. This one is called Nature's Walk. This I know is Nick the Booksmith. I get a lot of things from her. And over here, I did a tuck spot with a card in it that you can write on. It has some in it. Oh, and my granddaughter, which you'll see me talk about her and my grandson a lot. But she found a feather, and I had this in my purse. I know it had to be 2 months in the coin part. And it kept quite well in there, so I thought I'm gonna put that in my journal. Of course, I asked if I could, and she of course said yes. She loves to journal. Here is a vellum page with a note card on it and a Tim Holtz clip. In here, this is old placemat that I got at the secondhand store, and I added graph paper to it, old vintage paper to it, so you can write. Stenciled it. This is from a plant book. This I stenciled bees and some plants on, and it's really coffee dyed. Here's a doily, and I like the yellow because it's outdoors. This is an old dictating, typing book that I got for free, believe it or not. And there's a piece, that wonderful noise that we all like and hunt for and put in our books. And this is a fold-out with a tuck spot and a piece of paper to journal on. But that's out of an old book, a poetry book. Ledger paper, music paper, a little pocket that you can journal on. And then I had to put something fun in. So it says, what's moo? So what's new? Write it down in your journal. This is a washi tape paper that I got. One of those online club things. I can't remember what it is. Can't remember. But there is a stencil, and I will write all this down. I used a tally card and made a little book out of it. A little bee in it. And this is a pocket I made. There's the middle. That paper is absolutely beautiful. And you can fold that out and fold that out and do lots of stuff. Lots and lots. You can put pictures in this, journal, like I said. Is that not? I think that's Gail's. There's another pocket. I love making these little books. They're just fun. They're just so fun. If only we lived so slow in a world that wouldn't go so fast, that we can go out for a walk and take days of writing and journaling. That's another piece of vintage. I love it when they have writing on their music sheets. Ledger paper. This is the other part of the poem book. Some more sound equipment. And this is actually a front of a card, a birthday card. And this is also, this can be a bookmark as well. You can make this book into anything you want. Belly band with an envelope, and in the envelope there is, of course, I have to look because I love little book. It'd be fun to put your little secrets in, little thoughts for the day, and you know, some people that would pick it up wouldn't even know there's anything in there. You might even forget and go back to it years from now and open it up and be like, wow, that's what I was thinking? Cool. And more stenciling. This is a old placemat that had different buildings on, and I thought it was cool. The texture has like a linen. I sent one or two of these to Gail, but this is covered with tissue paper. And you can journal on the back. I learned to make my lines with a card dipped into your ink and make lines on the back of things. Somebody on, oh, this is the other part of that envelope. The pointy part was up front. This is in here, and you can open it up and journal. And I put some bees. Of course, bees are out in the nature walk. This is a stencil with, a stamp with some bees. This is I'm not going to say it right, so I'm not going to say it. And here is some material again, a little flip. You can put your remember down here and hide it away. This is a piece of lace with a bird. They're so fun to do. I mean, you can't do too much. That's a very pretty stamp I have. And some stenciling and another piece of vellum for that sound, and I like the color. Plant book again. Placemat. And the mossy banks and the meandering paths. Nick the Booksmith, I'm pretty sure. Here's another little tablet tucked into there. Field notes. Oh, and as this man is going, he's not alone, of course. I mean, you can be alone in the woods. It'd be fun. But he meets a girl, of course. There's a little playing card that has some facts about trees. And I put a vellum pocket on it. And pocket in the front. Pocket there. No pocket on the back though. Ledger paper. I need to hurry a little bit. Another tally card for book. There's a dictionary page. This is the middle. And there is a card that you can journal on. I'm trying to hurry here a little bit. Oh, this I fell in love with. When I copied it, I thought it copied so beautifully. It was just out of a magazine. And I put the word notes on there. But I made it into a little ledger card. But it just, I think it's so pretty. And I love the way it copied. And there's a tuck. Ledger, poem. This actually has some of the poems. And another piece of the sound equipment. And here is a little piece of copy die paper and material put on to the other end of the doily. I'm going to hurry ahead here because we saw all these papers. Oh, this one, that's the vellum, I stamped on it. And some pages to journal. This is another one of the envelopes that you can, love that sound. I love the way things tea dye differently. Can't wait to see my red cabbage. But there's another flip, and there's some notes down here that the guide made. Here is one of the plants with journal. I always put I love the old paper, the old schoolhouse paper I call it, because back in my day that's the paper we had. And I found this vellum that actually has encased in it seeds and leaves. I don't know if you can see it there at the corner, but some pine. I mean, it's actually in the paper. You can feel it. Little swatch of lace. Gale's tape again. This I made into a couple pages of booklet, so you can journal a lot, like a little diary. Another bag. I'll go along here. Oh, this is observations. You gotta have observations when you're out in the field. Dictionary page, fold out, put some pictures in there of your travels, and more fabric in the middle here. And what's moo again? Here's another card. Oh, I used a paint swatch for this one. I got at the store, and you can journal on it. And there's a tag. I made it into a tag. There's another. Thought this one turned out pretty neat too. It's just it's not cut. I just folded it and stapled it, but it has a stamp and some material on that. I hope you can see this okay. This is, like I said, my first time. I'm gonna edit it and look and see how it turns out, of course, but you know, we shall see. More instrumental, and love that bird. I just think that's so pretty. And another piece of that vellum that has it's like pressed flowers, and it's textured. Another band, like It is a pocket, but it's a banner. This is Field Guide again, Field Notes. Oh, and this is the young lady that he met on his travels. I put her in there as a sticker so you can put it in there wherever you want. Make your story up as you go. This is a sticker, but her name, you can name these people whatever you want. It could be your name. But you know, enjoy the book. I hope if someone buys it from me, well, of course I do hope to sell it, but my main goal is that somebody would use it and have happy thoughts, and maybe, you know, share it with their children. Sit down and read it when you're having a bad day, and help make your bad day a good day. And there's the middle of that part. Or What's Move again. I think that Tim Holtz stamp is cute. Poetry paper. Instrumental music. Here's a belly band and a bookmark, and that's Gail's again. Day book. And then back here, I made sure I put a lot of paper that you can journal on. Write. As long as you write. This one, I know it looks like it's upside down, but it's not. You can tuck like that. Take your tea with you. And back here is the last page. And that is a Tim Holtz. And I got a library card here, and another plain card that has all of this about horticulture and botanical. This is a tuck here. It says, if they were let to fly away. If they were let to fly away. I've been watching my birds a lot lately. The cardinals and even the robins are coming. So spring's on its way. But I left some of the strings on this, so it just feels aged. This is seam allowance tape, and that is my book, field study book. And like I said, I hope whoever will get it. Oh, I should say it's all sewn, the cover, and this is upholstery fabric sewn around it. So the corner, I mean, it's going to wear well. You could take it outside. You could take it along anywhere you want. It's pretty thick this way, but we carry bigger purses now, don't we? Okay, I think that's all I have for this video. Like I said, I wanted to mainly introduce myself and show you a few things that I like that, you know, I come across, I'll share with you. And I do plan on crafting with you in the future. Have a lovely day or evening, whichever it may be for you. And have some tea. Bye.